Nuscallion Scarcha, the Hedge Schools of Ireland. The origin of the Hedge School goes back to the beginning of the 18th century. The Wilmite Wars and the imposition of the penal laws saw the total collapse of the Irish way of life. Poets lost the security of their patrons and were obliged to emigrate or become travelling school teachers. A law passed in 1695 forbade Catholics to teach, and students could not go abroad for the purpose of education. Happily, this penal code was slightly relaxed in 1770 and replaced with an oath of allegiance to the king. Teachers were unwilling to comply, and this prompted the establishment of the Hedge School. School was held on the sunny side of the fence. The teacher sat on a stone with the students around him. One student was placed on guard to warn against the approach of strangers. Subjects taught were mainly the 3 R's, reading, writing and arithmetic. Some placed great emphasis on Latin and Greek, as many scholars had hopes of a call to the priesthood. Even though Irish was the spoken language, especially in rural areas at the time, English was widely taught. The threat of having to emigrate, along with the probability of a civil service position, decided their choice of subjects. As an Dr. Machael, or the Asbuk Huma, admonished, Cynigi an Gaelia, mar sé vor nairach di, ach fólum bear refreshing. In the parish of Derrybrine, Ballinakill, there were at least 5 head schools. In 1860, school was carried on in Derrybrine. Ned Kelly, noted for penmanship, was the schoolmaster. Children travelled 7 miles to attend his classes. Martin Fahy is also mentioned as a Derrybrine teacher. His school lay in the vicinity of the modern bridge, which now spans Ballinakill. We are quite sure that Mr. Tully often told the story as to the origin of the name, Ballinakill. Fergus MacRudy, cupbearer to the King of Connacht, married the Lady Achty, hence the name Slieve Achty, for the hills on the Clare-Galway border. As a dowry, Lady Achty brought a number of cows to the area. Her husband, anxious to find out which side of the river was best, put 2 cows grazing there, one on either side. The one on the Clare side pined away, but the Liliach on the Galway side flourished. Fergus MacRudy and Lady Achty have long since gone to their reward. But Ballinakill still murmurs by the picturesque village of Derrybrine. According to a 1936 folklore commission, there was a head school in Ballinamona, Ballinakill. Mr. Smiley, a stranger, taught there. The children wrote on slates on their knees whilst using stones for seating. The teacher taught for many months before moving to East Clare. There was a head school in my class, the headmaster being John Egan. School was held in a small thatched cottage with 59 pupils. It cost £3 per family yearly. And there was also a head school in Nogadrum. Lawrence Murphy taught 68 pupils in the chapel there. And also in Ballinakill, there was a head school in Capacon. Micheál O'Maneen, grandfather of Henry Manning, who taught in Ballinakill National School, only retired in 1952, was the teacher. English was the chief language in the Hedge School. even though there were native speakers in the area. Up to 1875, there were many poor scholars in the Ballinakill region. These came from northern counties and returned home from school with regular pupils. They too attended the local Hedge School. They made many friendships and were welcomed into family homes.